Good afternoon. Today is the 25th of November. It's the day that the video about the 2030 ban on new petrol and diesel cars has gone live. And you'll see it's probably on the 27th of November. But what we're going to talk about today is something that's kind of related to this. And it's something I've been wanting to make a video on for quite some time. And it's the clean air zones in Bath and Birmingham. Those of you who've been watching my channel for some time will know that actually from the first 6 weeks of the channel's existence in 2018, there was a video about what was then the forthcoming London ultra low emission zone. I've made countless videos about low emission zones up and down the country, particularly focusing on Bristol and London throughout the course of the last couple of years. And it's high time that actually we get into a couple of others, but I don't think that a lot of people are actually aware of. Now, the Birmingham one, we'll go with that one first, is something that will just affect one area of the city. It's the area within the A5450, I think it's called. I'll just double check that in my information in a second. The road's called the Middleway. It's like a, I don't know, about like a north and south circular in Birmingham. Those of you who live there will, now be horrified at what I've just said, but yeah, that's essentially what I understand it to be. The Birmingham Council website says that they're on a journey to cleaner air, and pollution is having a harmful effect on people living, working, studying in the city. Population is growing, new buildings are going up, and they've got the Commonwealth Games coming in 2022. They want to improve their air quality, and they were wanting to introduce it initially this year, but with the coronavirus, that's not happened. The government has targeted their air quality, and they want to discourage the most polluting vehicles from entering the zone. It's not a ban, of course, but it's just a charge for people who are not compliant. So the zone location, we just make sure this actually loads. Gosh, it's being slow today, my internet. Yes, 4540. I might have said something else a little bit earlier. The A4540 Middleway Ring Road, the area of inside it, but not the road itself. That's simple enough. I think we can all understand that. Let's go on to the next page of this needlessly complicated website. Hold on a second. My gosh, that site was bad. I've never had something where I just couldn't get off the map on a phone screen before, but never mind. Yes, the date that this will go into effect will be 1st of June 2021, and it will operate 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, just like one in London. The non-compliant cars are actually very similar to the ones that are in London at the moment. So it's diesel cars that do not meet Euro 6 emission regulations, generally those made before September 2015, although there are a lot of exceptions, and of course Euro 4 petrol engines. Now these are cars that generally are registered before 1st of January 2006, although there are a lot of exceptions, and this 2003 River 45 V6, for example, that I'm sitting in today, this is London ultra low emission zone compliant. For some reason it's got a Euro 4 engine, whereas a lot of other cars of this era do not. Now the Birmingham Council say exactly the same. Euro 6 or better for diesel engines, Euro 4 for petrol engines. Very confusingly, they say for diesel, petrol, electric hybrids, the vehicle should meet the relevant emissions standards. Yeah, that's very confusing. However, there is a checker that you can go onto, and you can take a look to see if your vehicle is compliant. I'll just enter my details now. We have a problem, viewers. I have just entered the details of my Rover into here, and despite the fact this car was built in Birmingham in 2003 and it is compliant in the London ultra emission zone, it's not compliant in the Birmingham one. Isn't that stupid? That's really stupid. Clearly, if you've got a petrol car made before 2006, you're going to have to use this checker because you might fall foul of it. Weirdly, I've just checked the one for Bath that we'll just go on to in a minute, and my car is compliant. I don't know what database they're going on about, because either my car is Euro 4 compliant or it's not. It says so on the logbook that it is, so I don't know what's going on. This is really, really weird. And I'm using the official government checker, so yes, that's just something to bear in mind. So let's go on to the Bath ultra low emission zone, or clean air zone they're calling it now. Right, viewers, I'm starting with the Bath clean air zone on the section that talks about what cars are compliant. And it says exactly the same thing. Euro 6 diesels, that means after 1st of September 2015 for sure, with one or two exceptions, or sometimes, you know, before that, some manufacturers I think started putting Euro 6 diesel engines in their cars 2014 on, or before that. With Euro 4 petrol cars, I know it says 1st January 2006 or afterwards, but actually some cars were compliant with Euro 4 emission regulations from 2001 onwards. So it's obviously worth checking with this, but yeah, exactly the same regulations here, and they're actually a little bit simpler. It's a fully electric and hydrogen cars, of course, the same with Birmingham, and all hybrid vehicles. It just says all of them, and modified cars that are registered with what's called the Energy Trust's Clean Vehicle Retrofit Accreditation Scheme. I imagine that's been going in London for a while, so that's fine. Yes, I checked my car on this system and it's absolutely fine. Let's go back now and just have a look at where the Bath clean air zone is going to be. Okay, I'm thoroughly confused by this Bath clean air zone. It's now telling me that it doesn't matter if I'm a private car. I don't get charged at all. It's only for things like taxis. So it's only going to affect quite a small number of people. But nevertheless, it will affect some people. The area that it's taking effect in it's not something I can really describe. It's not like the ultra low emission zone in London or the clean air zone in Birmingham. It's not defined by a road that just goes round it. It's not that at all. You just look at a map of the city centre and be able to actually see where it goes. I can't really describe it. It's not easy. You just have to look on the website and find out. So although the Bath clean air zone comes in 15th of March 2021, and for some reason my car's on the checker, it's pretty irrelevant because it just doesn't apply to private cars. If you're a taxi driver in Bath, then I'd have a look at that. Let's go back and talk about Birmingham. Right, viewers, I've just double checked the London ultra low emission zone checker, and my Rover's definitely compliant with it, but the Birmingham one says it's not. This is the most confusing video I've ever made in my life. So if I go into Birmingham in this car, it's going to be £8 a day. Those of you who've bought a car specifically because it says Euro 4 on the V5, and you have to go into that section of Birmingham, let's get this right, 4540, the middle way, inside that, I would get hold of this checker and check immediately, because it's £8 a day if you're not compliant. Obviously, just like the London ultra low emission zone, historic vehicles before 1980 are not charged. Motorcycles, vans, just have a look at that before you do anything. Yes, I think we'll end this video here. This is going to be a bit of a concern, actually. If different cities have different regulations, and it looks like they do, although they say that they're the same, it's going to be a very confusing world. A lot of people are going to get fined if they don't check very carefully. I'm glad I done this video for my own peace of mind. Clearly the Sanion we've got's fine. That's a 2019, so no problems there. But yes, that's my advice. If you go anywhere near Birmingham where you think you're going to end up anywhere inside that zone, obviously the road itself is fine, but just inside it, then this might affect you more than you expected. Bath, not really a problem unless you've got a taxi, so that's okay. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you've already done so. We'll probably have to do more of these videos as sadly more and more of these cities get clean air zones or ultra low emission zones. And don't forget to like this video, leave a comment below. I'm sorry it's a bit shambolic, but that's the nature of the channel, as you know. And yes, Facebook is facebook.com/Lloyd at Vehicle Consulting, and also Instagram, instagram.com/Lloyd_vehicle_consulting. Thank you.